borderline personality disorder. This is going to be a very exciting video. Before we get to that, I want to give a quick shout out to my sponsor today, Shadow War Shitty app. It's really great. Go download Shitty app today. You can also, grab a shitty cup too. There's links in the description. You already know that shit. Smash the bell and punch your mom in the face. Something interesting happened to me the other day.
Jeremy.
Oh my God.
What happened?
Oh.
I thought you were dead. You're 4 hours late.
God. Oh my God, I lost my shoes. Oh my God. Oh. See, I completely lost a day. And I've been trying to explain this to everybody because it's become a big deal. I have done things since I started working that I should have been fired for.
I generally come in at least 15 minutes late, and after that I just sort of space out for about an hour. I just stare at my desk, but it looks like I'm working. I do that for probably another hour after lunch too. I'd say in a given week, I probably only do about 15 minutes of real, actual work.
And I got a pat on the back and a well done, son. That's the man that's gonna go places. He doesn't just follow rules, he'll break the rules if necessary. I will never quit a job. I refuse to quit a job. You know why? Mr. BPD is not a quitter. I don't quit things, things quit me. But one thing that I would never, ever, ever do would be a no-call, no-show. Everybody knows no-call, no-show is usually a zero tolerance type thing, and you're just automatically fired. I knew a dude who knew another person in Florida got in a car wreck, right? On the way to work, got in a car wreck. When they came out of their coma, they no longer had a job.
You're fired. That's what. I don't have a cardboard box to give you to put your things in, but you can put your things in, your backpack. Yeah, you just haven't been performing well, so.
I do realize that not showing up for a shift, and then when they get a hold of you the next day saying, "What? Really? I forgot what day it was. Wow. My geez, darn it." It seems like the most lame excuse in the world. I know this. That is right there with "the dog ate my homework" on worst possible excuses ever. Except when the dog does eat your homework, or you actually do lose a day, then it sucks. Actually, it's worse than that. The dog eating my homework, I wouldn't even care about. If the dog ate my homework, I'd just say I lost my homework, or I didn't do my homework. Why? Because nobody's going to believe it. With this no-call, no-show thing, it's the same thing. Nobody believes me. Which I understand. Because I also don't believe them. Right? They're telling me I didn't show up for a shift. But I don't know that I didn't show up for a shift. I don't know how to... What do you do when reality stops being reality? When reality shifts in a dramatic way that you cannot wrap your head around? There's no explanation for it. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't all fucked up on drugs. I wasn't like partying. I was just going about my normal thing, and just suddenly there's like 24 hours missing. There have been times when my depression gets really bad where I can sleep for days on end, but I'll know that I don't know what day it is. Like, I will know that I've been sleeping for a while and I'll have to go check what day it is. And I don't see that as losing a day. That's just you kind of, stuff's going on, you just weren't keeping track. Now, this is an actual 24-hour period that is gone. It's not misplaced, it's just gone. I cannot account for it.
And it's gone.
I've gone home leaving stuff in the oven, and the stuff in the oven catches on fire. Alarms go off. People have to go running into the bakery and put out the fire. And all I've gotten is before you go home, make sure to check the ovens. That's all I got. And it was just a text message. Just, you forgot to take stuff out of the oven. Be sure to, the actual message read,
"His dinner's in the oven."
So here's the situation, which in my opinion was completely out of my realm of possibilities to avoid or to have prevented. I know, I can hear y'all right now tippity-tapping on your keyboard. You're irresponsible. You're irresponsible. You didn't go to your corporate arm of the Lord. In 40 years of life, 40 years of past experience and history, I have never, ever, ever in 40 years lost a 24-hour period of my life. And I've done a lot of crazy shit. I've done all kinds of drugs that affect your brain and your memory and everything. And I've never, ever lost 24 hours. I blacked out, where I remember something and then I'm waking up naked in a tool shed, wondering where my clothes are, having to find a way home without being seen. I've had that happen. But I lost 24 hours. It's gone. There's no accounting for it. There was nothing going on. It's just gone.
And it's gone.
How was I supposed to make sure that I didn't lose 24 hours of time and not make it to work? You tell me how I should have prevented that from happening. Remember, I wasn't partying, I wasn't doing anything. I was just sitting at home watching TV, and then all of a sudden I lost 24 hours of time. It was just gone. How are you supposed to know that you're supposed to be checking to see if you'll lose time when you've never lost time? Now that it has happened, I have taken precautions. If it happens again, then it's supernatural. Because right now I got to figure out why I lost 24 hours of time, and it's either supernatural or it's not supernatural. And I'm not thinking it's supernatural. I have a tablet, and I have a cell phone, and I have Ducey Davis's daughter's thing that I stole here. I've already set all of them with repeating alarms to go off according to my work schedule. 2 hours before I'm supposed to work, I got 2 different alarms that'll go off. If nothing else, if I do lose time again, the alarms will let me know that I got to go to work. I mean, if the alarm goes off, I go to work, right? Why would I argue with the alarm? I've got to trust the alarm because I can no longer trust myself. I've lost all trust for myself because I lost 24 hours of time. It's really getting to me. But I don't think it's a bad thing. I actually think it's a good thing. I know. How could it be a good thing? How could me losing 24 hours of time be a good thing? I just blew your fucking mind. Or it's Alzheimer's. Here's a shout out to Alzheimer's. Helping people forget shit since or spiritual awakening. I'll be really curious to see if I end up losing another 24 hours with the alarm set. If that happens, we're dealing with a completely supernatural event. Which would be amazing. I have no idea how we're going to document it though. Like if I am truly just moving through time or phasing in and out of realities, I don't know how we're going to document that. I really, really think that supernatural things are probably not what's going on. Then again, I do think it might be a spiritual thing, which is kind of supernatural, but kind of not. Like, spiritual's like the happy side of supernatural, you know? Like, you think supernatural's like boogie, boogie, boogie. You think spiritual, you think, oh, but they're both equally creepy. First off, everybody keeps asking me what happened. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know. I lost 24 hours. And when you tell people that, they look at you and they're like, so what happened? Why'd you lose 24 hours? I don't know. I lost 24 hours. And as odd as they find it, I don't think they understand how deeply troublesome that is for me. Okay? They're trying to figure it out. Like, they don't understand it. So they think I'm lying, I assume. That I'm just making it up. Like, they're probably thinking that whatever the fuck I was doing was so bad that I don't want to admit to it. But I'll admit to things. I don't care. Because I wish I had something to admit to. Because the reality of it could be worse. Like, it could be Alzheimer's. I mean, that's probably... I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's Alzheimer's. I don't think you can get Alzheimer's at my age. But it's not... I mean, it might not be good. Am I concerned? A little bit. But it's never happened before. I mean, it's the first time ever. But you know what? Until something happens, it's never happened. Nothing is ever a problem until, bam, it's there, you know? Like, I've never had somebody come busting through that door, punch me in the face 150 times, and then pee in my mouth. I'm not expecting that to happen. Like I said, nothing ever happens until it happens. I'm kind of annoyed that they're giving me so much shit over this no-call, no-show thing. This one, I had no control over whatsoever. I had no clues that it would happen. But they're just, like, people are being dicks. I believe they're being dicks because they don't believe me. They think I'm lying, which I'd probably think I'm lying too. And it's hard to explain to somebody how you can just lose 24 hours when you're not partying or doing anything. So I got a write-up. And then I was told never to do it again. And I'm like, I didn't know I was doing it the first time. I compare it to if I were to have a heart attack. And they wrote me up for having a heart attack and then told me not to do it again. Because that's what it feels like. Granted, a heart attack is probably a lot bigger of a deal. It's more noticeable. Or it's not. What if I had a heart attack and I'm alone and I have a heart attack and I survive and then boom, I'm just like walking around. Nobody would believe I had a heart attack and didn't go to the hospital. I'd be like, no, but I felt it. And they'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, no, I was down for like hours. And they'd be like, I mean, if nobody witnessed it, they wouldn't believe it was a heart attack because I'm walking around. It's like the same thing. I mean, is this losing 24 hours really not as severe as maybe having a heart attack? I mean, I'm talking like a mild heart attack. I mean, people can have a mild heart attack and not even know they had a mild heart attack. I lost 24 hours, and while I know I lost 24 hours because people told me, you cannot control if you have a heart attack until you have a heart attack. After which, then you know that you could have a heart attack. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're going to the doctor all the time and they're like, blah, 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 blah. But you're still not going to take it seriously till it happens. It's just, I feel like I did nothing wrong. I do believe that people should be concerned for me. I mean, I'm stressed out. Nobody else seems to give a shit. They're just wanting to give me shit for it and be like, so what really happened? What was really going on? It's like, I don't fucking know. 24 hours of my life is gone and I don't know why. But here, let's move on to something a little bit more spiritual or enlightening. For the last 2 years, I have been very actively trying to become more spiritual. I've been following, I don't even know how you would call it. I don't know what it would be following. It's a lot of Buddhist type stuff, teachings. If I had to describe it, I would say it leans mostly towards Buddhism, but I don't really consider myself to be trying to be a Buddhist, but because I'm trying to be spiritual, is what I'm trying to do. And I don't want to label it. I don't want to say that, oh, I'm trying to be Buddhist or I'm trying to be this, because I'm not trying to be anything except spiritually enlightened is what I'm trying to be. Because I believe that is the key to saving me from insanity. Because we as human beings are fucking insane. You know what we are? We're monkeys with bombs. That's it. We're monkeys with bombs, but we think we're smart, but we're not. I mean, just look at the world, and we're monkeys with bombs. I'm trying to get away from that. Now, the things that I've been trying to incorporate in my life are teachings of staying in the present, completely in the present. And the time does not exist, all right? See, time is a man-made construct, right? I mean, is it, right? It is, right? We made up time. Human beings made up time so that we could give ourselves some kind of rationale for shit, because we're monkeys with bombs. I don't know why we made up time, because probably the same reason why we like to kill people. I don't know. But, okay, here's how you know that time is made up by us. Remove human beings, okay? Remove human beings from the equation. Now, who keeps track of the time? Yet, here's the thing. I've been focusing on this time thing for the last 2 months, trying to wrap my head around it. Because what I've been striving to do is to not live in the past, not live in the future, because the past will trap you. If you think about the past and you stay in the past, it traps you. And the past, you can't change it, you can't do anything about it, and it no longer is relevant, right? The past is just a trap. That's all it is. It's a trap! We need identity. And we form our identity from the things in our past, generally negative, but it can be good too. We also form our identity from our plans of the future, where we think we're going, or what our future is going to be like. So we're focused on the past, we're focused on the future, we're never right here in the moment, in the present. This right here, right now, is the only thing that we can affect. Can't change the past, have no way of knowing what the future will be. You can't go back to the past, and you'll never make it to the future. It's right here is all we've got. Therefore, I've been trying to learn how to live without time. Yes, I know. How do you live without time? Well, you don't think about the future, you don't think about the past, and if you don't think about the future and you're not thinking about the past and you're in the present, time has no meaning. You don't notice time, because the only reason to think about time is if you're thinking about either the future or the past. In the present, you don't think about time. Like, even if you're checking what time it is, it's only so you can give yourself some form of reference of past or future. Yes, I know. It's very, very out there. I understand this. The only reason I'm explaining it, and I can't go, I mean, if anybody wants to know more about these concepts and stuff, let me know. I'll do a video specifically about that. I just wanted to give you a little bit of reference of what I've been working on, and maybe I achieved it. That missing 24 hours of time might be because I achieved what I've been working on, that living outside of time. I was hoping for like maybe moments of not being in time. I didn't think I'd master like 24 hours of not being in time. I mean, normally you can only do it for like moments at a time, but 24-hour period of time is a pretty long time to be out of time. That's what the alarms are for. I'm thinking that maybe I possibly did it without even knowing it, and was just in the present, and I stayed there long enough that I was able to miss an entire shift of work and be a no-call, no-show. It's either that, or it's supernatural, or I got the Alzheimer's. I want to know what you all think it is, or do you think this is just the most elaborate lie in the whole world, just so I don't have to admit to something crazy I was doing? Let me know in the comments section below. And until next time, keep on keeping on.